السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. سعد فضل شبير here. This is the first episode of Listen This podcast. So this episode, I will just talk about myself, about what will happen in this podcast, what I'm aiming for, and all of this details. So first of all, I'm speaking on my computer because my studio isn't finished yet. I'm trying to build it at my own house. Um, so this episode is the only episode that will be like and maybe a little bad quality and stuff like that, but soon it will be of course better inshallah. So first of all, my name is Saad. I live in the UAE, United Arab Emirates. I'm a programmer and I'm a robotic engineer. I love, to be honest, like one of my hobbies is designing robots and 3D modeling, because in the beginning I used to do. My brother used to be an architecture, so he used to teach me like architecture and stuff like that. Um, and then I liked how modeling could work. I remember I did a full house by water bottle. It was like pretty big. So that's what mainly got me into like robotics and stuff, because robotics is like kind of near from architecture. And then my brother, he was like, why don't you start something like to the future, to the technology, like programming, robotics. He told me all of this. He told me about artificial intelligence, machine learning. So I went to my computer, I read about all of that, and I entered a club of robotics, which in my school, it was in my old school. We used to do like we used to learn how to like design robots and how to program them. It was basics, and we learned how to like tell the robot to like after 5 meters move right, after like 2 meters and then move left, and then maybe jump or something or do something. That's what we learned at our own school. But then me, I went back to my home. I bought my own stuff. I started working, or I don't know, by myself. Then I learned a lot of things about robotics. And to be honest, for the people that are like that they don't know what to like be in the future, like they're like distracted. They really don't know what to be in the future. First of all, my own advice for you is to like um, search for your interests. If you didn't like find what's your interest or what you're good at, then try everything. Try everything until you like something. Because I that's what I did at first. I tried studying orthodontics, which is dentistry, and then I also learned. I also like studied how to be a doctor and stuff. Um, I wasn't really interested in this stuff, and then I tried programming, which was it was cybersecurity, or I first started in cybersecurity. No, at the beginning I started like web development and stuff like that, designing apps. I liked it, but it wasn't really much like what I really want to do for the end of my life. It was kind of like it there wasn't much creativity in it for me. Like I couldn't like put my own creativity and my own mind how to think. I couldn't put it in that. So then I learned about machine learning, and then I was so fascinated by machine learning. I started like I bought my own robot stuff, Mindstorms, and then I started building at my own house. Started building at my own house, and then I saw like there's some really creativity, and like when you look at this, there's really effort. And when I looked at my robot that I built, I was like, it was me like 2 weeks into robotics. And then when you look at my model, it looks like something done by a real engineer. It's something that's been done by a real engineer. So that's how I got into robotics. And then I had a friend which he was like a public speaker, and then he used to do public speaking and stuff. And then I was like, this thing is actually very interesting. Like how he shares his own opinions, his own facts, and debating was like his own thing. And then I was like looking at videos about how he's like debating with different people and stuff. I was like, wow, this like public speaking and debating thing is actually interesting. So I went. My most thing that I was into those days was robotics and religion. I love talking about religion. I'm a Muslim, of course. So like I used to do like a small debate about Islam and stuff like that. It was like it could give me some ideas, and like I could be better with studies, and I can improve my skills at debating. So that's a good thing. And then when I started like debating and stuff, I saw like I had like skills of talking, and like I'm good at speaking and stuff like that. So then my advice for everyone that doesn't know like what to be, like he's distracted, like he just doesn't know what to do. Okay, just try everything. And second of all, tawakkal ala Allah. Uh, like ask Allah, like be close to Allah, and then He will guide you to the good way, to the good place that you are. Because at first I wanted to be a footballer, which like many kids' dreams was. Okay, but when I was growing up, I was maturing, and also I was like pretty much into technology and stuff. I had like my family used to like when there's something wrong with my dad's like laptop, like he had some technical issues and stuff. I used to be the one helping him. I used to be the one like who fixes this thing. And then he was like, my dad was like, you should get into technology. So I absolutely thank my dad because he put me in like some courses and stuff. And like he sat with me because my dad is a chemical engineer. So he was kinda and he studied, like he was having a course about computer science. So he sat with me for the first like month or so, and while me I'm watching courses and writing like strays and lists and arrays and like everything about programming and stuff. And like he was giving me the basics, and he was like telling me, now Saad, it's time for you to shine. And then from that day I started doing I'm doing mostly programming and robotics. Second of all, second thing I want to talk about is this podcast, why I did it. Okay, so my uh, from when I was a small guy, a young kid named Saad, I used to like motivating people, and like anything, like any experience that had been done with me, I would like to share it for other people to like understand or like be aware of. So I used to post some videos about me, like saying talking about different topics and stuff. Like I can't really say it, but يعني follow my Instagram to see it. And then, but for real, like I used to talk about like any experience like happened with me and God. Like I was in a trouble, and then when I was asking God what's happening, like I had like something called spiritual stress. I was like on the decision between two things, so I had to ask God. I talk also about like topics, like other topics, like you can talk about like harassment, humanity. I talk about these stuff. I talk also about books. I make videos about books and stuff like Rich Dad versus Poor Dad, and then How to Be a Millionaire. I talk about, and then 100 Laws of Power. I talk about these kind of books, which like first of all I love first of all reading books. Second of all, um, I love speaking. Like speaking is my mostly thing. Like I mostly like motivating and like sharing my thoughts. This is what I like. Other than robotics. In robotics, you can see me doing like some effort when someone gives me like the Like when someone gives me like equipment and stuff, I would take them and then just open the light and then focus on this thing. Because two things, like two things I like is to like something, uh, hadith saying إذا عمل أحدكم عملا أن يتقنه. So like it says, if you're gonna start this thing, like if you were like gonna start programming, no, or like you want to do a website, okay? You're not just gonna just write the title and like you're gonna do like 20% and then like you stop. إذا عمل أحدكم عملا أن يتقنه. Like you should finish this thing. Like you should finish it. Do it all of it. You should finish it all. And then this podcast is just to motivate people to like to start their own paths. Like maybe I would be talking in the I would be bringing guests talking about, you can say, how to be a doctor, how to be a dentist, how to be an astronaut, how to be a programmer, how do you want to be a robotics engineer, how do you want to be a speaker. Like I just want to talk about these stuff to motivate people how to like um how to follow their paths and how to follow their dreams. So then, I hope everyone like enjoys and like understands my reason to do this. And as I said, this the camera, and I'm first of all I'm filming it on my computer because as I said, my studio isn't ready yet. Okay, and then inshallah, um, I don't have a schedule yet. I don't have a schedule yet. I will like because I have like some reports and stuff, and I have to like do like some works I have to do. When I'm done with these, I will start my podcast. I will be so happy to bring up our guests and like talk about everything because I love like knowledge because العلم نور. Okay, and then at the end of the day, nothing's gonna feed you except for your book. That's my what I believe. Nothing is gonna feed you other than your book. Like and Allah of course. Like يعني both books يعني and القرآن and like العلم, which is like mathematics, chemistry, physics, whatever book, or like the knowledge. Um, we came to this life for two things: to worship God and to work and like to like explore. Okay, that's what we are like uh, created for in this life. For now, let me read some questions. Okay, so the first question says, "What are you doing this podcast for?" Okay, so I'm doing this podcast for to motivate people, as I said, like to make us, the youth community, the youth authority, like to start their own business, to like follow their dreams, follow their paths, start whatever you want. It's like because some people come up to me and then they like say, "I want to be like." A doctor. I want to be like I want to start studying programming, but I don't have motivation. Or I'm like busy, or like I can't. It's just like out of me that I can do it. What I have to do to what I have to tell you. So what I have to tell you is that just start it. Like don't be hesitated. Don't have like hesitation to like or have doubts to like start this thing. Start it. Work on yourself now so the future you or the older you would be happy of what you started, because many people have regretted starting like studying from like people, many people, or not many people, like some people, um, they just didn't study well in the first, like in the school time. They just like they didn't start to study a new hobby or something like that. So all what I have to tell you is that just anything that you're like hesitated or like you have doubts to start, just start it. Bismillah, tawakkal ala Allah, and then start it. Second question says, when will you be posting? How many days a week will you be posting this podcast? So I still didn't do a schedule because to be honest, I'm not ready yet because you know I'm not good at editing, so I have to like hire an editor, and then maybe this editor is like busy with something else. So this is the problem. So I don't know what's the schedule yet, but inshallah I will be posting every week a podcast, one episode, inshallah. Oh, third question, your mom. Third question says, who inspired you to make this podcast? So, first of all, I used to watch a lot of podcasts, like Joe Rogan podcast and Impulsive and many more. Um, and I used to like enjoy watching them. And I was like, first of all, as I said, I love speaking about different things. I love to like share my own thoughts and stuff like that. And like when like I saw these podcasts and I really enjoyed, I want to just like do the same thing. That's what inspired me to start this whole podcast. And before I end this first episode, I hope everyone enjoys the start of this Let's End It podcast. It's about like motivating the youth to start their own life, to start their own like to follow their dreams, to follow their paths. That's the whole idea of the whole podcast. That's the main reason I'm doing this. And to like me, I want to like gain knowledge from the guests that inshallah I will be bringing up. And yeah, I hope everyone enjoys this podcast. So stand by and listen to my podcast. Assalamu alaikum.